The USS Enterprise NCC-1701-D was a Galaxy-class exploration cruiser in service to the United Federation of Planets. At the time of its first deployment, the Galaxy-class was the most powerful and technologically sophisticated starship ever constructed by the Federation. Capable of maintaining warp 9.6 for 12 hours and carrying a crew complement of over 1,000, the class was intended to fill the role of a multi-purpose long-range explorer, with facilities for its large crew to live and work on board for several years in deep space. Though intended for exploration, the massive Galaxy class was far from helpless in combat. Boasting 14 Type 10 phaser arrays, 2 photon torpedo launchers, and powerful deflector shields, the Galaxy class was also able to separate its saucer section from the rest of the ship, forming 2 smaller vessels, one warp capable and one not. This was useful for emergency evacuation, performing 2-pronged attacks and short-range reconnaissance. Following the outbreak of the Dominion War in 2373, a battleship variant of the Galaxy class was put into service. Though nearly identical from the exterior, the so-called Venture-class refit boasted a 3rd torpedo launcher and even more powerful shields. The Enterprise D was constructed at Utopia Planitia Fleet Yards above Mars and launched in 2371. She was the 2nd vessel of her class constructed and the 5th Federation starship to bear the name Enterprise. The vessel was commissioned as the flagship of the Federation and assigned to Captain Jean-Luc Picard by order of Rear Admiral Sarti on stardate 41148. The ship then embarked on her 7-year exploratory assignment on the fringes of the Alpha and Beta quadrants. Across the course of this assignment, the Enterprise made first contact with over 30 races, including the Ferengi, the Q Continuum, and the Borg. Across the course of its 8-year lifespan, the Enterprise D and her crew assembled an impressive list of achievements, commanding the blockade of the Romulan border during the Klingon Civil War, assisting with the first deployment of Deep Space Nine, and even deciphering a message from the first humanoid species to inhabit the Milky Way galaxy. The Enterprise D was also responsible for the survival of Earth following the Battle of Wolf 359, in which 39 Federation starships were destroyed and 11,000 people were killed or assimilated by the Borg. This streak of triumphs, however, was not to last. In the year 2371, during a mission to Viridian 3, the Enterprise came under attack by a renegade D-12 class Klingon bird of prey. The Klingon vessel was in possession of the Enterprise's shield frequencies and was therefore able to fire through their shields with disruptor cannons and torpedoes. A brief battle ensued, during which the Enterprise was able to overpower and destroy the Klingon ship, but she had already suffered mortal damage, which led to a warp core breach. The crew managed to abandon ship in the saucer section, crashing on Viridian 3, but the ship itself was completely destroyed. Though not the original Enterprise, the Enterprise D is arguably just as iconic. On screens from 1987 to 1994, the ship is much loved by both fans of the Star Trek franchise and science fiction enthusiasts in general. Thank you for watching Spacedock. Please remember to like, subscribe and share for more science fiction spacecraft analyses. And if there's a particular spacecraft you'd like to see analysed, let me know in the comments below and I'll get right on it.